essentially so many techniques I share because whatever will click you to the point where you come to that unity of ego, mind, breath, body as one instrument. Otherwise, most of the training is how to go beyond ego. Ego trying to go beyond ego. So duality starts, but totality needs your mind also to be fully engaged. Just yesterday I was talking about the need to initiate your ego into your life. Till now our ego is kind of alien to us, like abandoned child. It kind of self-criticizes, judges itself and all that. But as I was saying yesterday, that if spirituality is the roof, ego is the ground floor gate. So it's not contradictory. It's just that ground floor gate shouldn't gather crowds, but honor the roof. So that is the role of your ego to do things. It's in a way modern approach to bhakti, because bhakti is how traditionally we have made it very kind of, failed people's plea to divine, old people sitting in temples and calling it bhakti because now nothing else to do. But bhakti is something which all the creative people experience. Artists and dancers and people who are engaged deeply into something, they are in state of devotion. Devotion means when you become one with your action. And the point is, usually all practices are saying they're using this as a tool, this movement as a tool to get you somewhere. This is what yoga also does. Ishwar Parinidhan, then we will do the practice of yoga. Means I leave everything to the God, Ishwar, and then I do the practice of yoga. But you're again using Ishwar as a tool to a yoga. But the whole point of Krishna or the bhakti is this very movement, this very minuscule movement is the movement of whole cosmos. So this is acknowledging the para, the beyond, into the obvious, which is this movement. That needs guts, because you will then have no story for the future. You cannot really even judge yourself, because if this is the movement of cosmos, then there is no mistake. In this way, you step out of the whole human games of spiritual, non-spiritual, you reach here. And that is the state of agore. Agores were these tantrics and all. They did not judge life. Because right now, I was saying yesterday that only present moment is agore. Agore means that which doesn't differentiate between good and bad. So war is also going on. People are dying also. People are doing art also, loving also, all in this moment. So if you judge, you can never be here. And that is the fear of present, because in the present, you start to become aware. Everything is going on. And you will feel very stupid to call yourself special or spiritual or good, because you're part of movement which is everything in one flow. So this is what I meant in my first video, that meeting life directly without any agents, gurus or scriptures, returning to that which is, honoring that which is. If it has an ego and your issues of emotions with it, this is how it is. It is not a justification, because people justify it because they are asked to reject it. That's why they justify by exerting a extreme behavior, because your whole thought structure is based on right and wrong, good and bad, and that's the journey is. Special experience, not so special experience. So it's very important aspect, because these are the, even Advaita people, though they talk about non-duality, but still they talk about soul, body, Brahma. Again take you into that duality of verbal bullshit. Otherwise, this which is as it is, it, it needs the artist's eye to see that which is visible, there is something invisible. It's like maybe you look at a painting and you say, nice, beautiful. But there are people who will look at a painting and say, wow, what kind of mind made it? And if you really look, then you see that something formless which is becoming a form. So, ability to see both, that is where your mental duality starts to dissolve. As soon as happiness happens, you know pain is also getting ready. It has started. The moment happiness starts, pain has also started to journey towards you. A boomerang of happiness, it's coming back. But some people will say, as you're throwing it, it's coming back. So you will not throw it with that enthusiasm, because stronger you throw, stronger it comes back. So you say, okay, go, yes, welcome back. That is what Buddha says, middle path. So then you just catch, when it's very strong, then you feel, what you say, broken and shattered by the swing back. You say, oh no, how you could do this to me? Then you say, I will never throw anything again. That is another throw. Because it is in the nature to keep throwing. So we either throw it with ambition or don't want to throw. But the whole point is that when you look at it from creativity side, it's a play. From there you start to understand all the siddhis and powers, because they are not expertise, they are understanding how this play works. More playful you are, more expert you get into things. More playful you are, what people do, work hard and get expertise and get serious, they're becoming dumber and dumber. But when you playful you are, it just happens. The point here is the movement in you knows about the whole cosmos. If you trust it, it teaches you where to move next. That's why I tell you that in line, let the line move where it wants to go. It may be, maybe in future somebody will manage. It may be you can read the map it took. You can decipher it, that why your hand moved this way. Maybe there is a story there also. Because no movement is random. So if you understand this, then you will understand your doodling is not a random phenomenon. It is life singing itself in this moment. I think a devotee is the one, or the true spiritual person is the one who start to appreciate the movement of now. Not as a philosophy, let's be here and now. The movement. And that's why Tai Chi and all this. For example, many of you doing Ganesh mantra, I told it many times, you have to see that chanting Ganesh, I don't know if you can manage to or not, but still I would say that when you're saying gum, if you really feel, it is kind of, you are doing it seriously for an objective. But as far as life is concerned, it's an explosion of joy. That's how life is able to create a sound. It's exploding into that. So connecting with that joy is possible only when you're playful with it. And your ego should serve that sound. That is true service. Not some organization, not some guru. Your ego serving the sound or an action is what totality means. This is the divinity, I am all here with it. That's where the first union happens, a commitment happens with life. Life realizes that you are all there. You used to know, I have to be egoless only then. No, no, no. Ego is also creation of Shiv Shakti. It has a purpose. So when that merges with the action, then a kind of life is experienced which is spiritual also, material also, which is dark also and bright also. And that's what Krishna was about.